Hey, listen, but see, Aladdin was supposed to come in and say, now I'm in a whole new world. Unbelievable sights. There you go.
Okay.
Indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, we're winning, doing endless time in the sky. Don't you dare close your eyes. Hold your breath, it gets better.
That's it. I'm calling Ice. I know you. Hold on. Let me eat. Hold on. No, you cannot. No. Maledita. Stop. That's it. I'm calling Ice. I'm calling La Migra. I call La Migra right now. You got cuffs? Lock up. Call Ice. Call Ice, nigga.
Jail. We turn around.
Coca-Cola.
Hey, turn around across the street.
Run! Oh shit! My back.
Psalms 51, and I'll read 9 through 11. It says, hide thy face from my sins and blot out all my iniquities, and create in me a clean heart, O Yahawah, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah. BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, REKAK, WADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Ruel, peace and salutations to the elected. Much respect to the brothers pushing his word in the four winds of the earth. Shalom to you few sincere sisters out there as well. This is Brother Ariah coming at you with another lesson. And this is more like a cautionary tale. And you see that, you know, Gorilla Hebrew has definitely lost the oil. He's sitting up there singing, Disney songs, man. You know, out there running in the streets like a little kid, having the time of his life after, what transpired, in his life or whatever, the whole pegging situation. And he seems happier to be away from, doing the work, man. What's a great indicator that, the Lord has definitely took that spirit from him. And pretty much he's lost the oil, man. And this could happen to any one of us. And this is a terrifying thing about being a part of this ministry. And this is something that you don't want. You don't want to be back a part of the world, man. So I had to stop it for a minute. But yeah, that's scary, man. We don't want to be back out in the world, doing worldly things. And it's not like, for him doing those things is wrong, but him putting it on video for all to see, that's not a good look at all. Okay, if you're a prophet of the Lord, man, it's not like you can't have fun or you can't do certain things, right? Like go out and karaoke or what have you, but those things should be kept separate from the ministry. Those things should not be put on the internet for everyone to see. Okay? That should not be put on the internet at all for everyone to see. Everyone, it's pretty much no one else's business. You don't see the apostles, you don't see the elders, you don't see brothers doing things like that. Brothers have brothers get together and, cook out and things like that, but it's not put on the internet for everyone to see. Okay, so if you're not there, then it's not meant for you to see it, right? And that's basically, how a man of the Lord should conduct himself, keep his private life separate from, everyone else in the world, so to speak. And this dude pretty much puts everything on video, man, which is off, running through the streets like a little fucking kid, man. We get Matthew 25. And I'll just start here at 1. right? And then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. And they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, right? But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. And while the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Okay, the bridegroom was whom? YAHAWASHI. Okay, and we are the bride, right? And you know, the oil represents, you know, the spirit, you know, and the understanding of these scriptures that we're teaching. Okay, and it says, then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out. Right, and that's a great representation, especially in those 2 videos of one's lamps gone out because they have no oil. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, that there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. And afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. Right? And that's yo, that's deep, man. You know, we don't know when the Lord is coming, man. So this is why you always gotta stay, you know, on your P's and Q's, so to speak, man. Okay? You always stay on point. You know, YAHAWASHI came back on that day he was doing that folly. That's what YAHAWASHI would have seen him doing, instead of doing what he was supposed to be doing, which is still teaching the word. Okay, but he chose to step away. He's taking a little break. Okay, which is not what a prophet is supposed to do, man. Okay, even though we know, you know, that happened because, you know, he's pretty much embarrassed, you know, because he got caught out there, you know, doing something that he ought not be doing, you know, which, you know, everyone knows, you know, but his dude sitting up there singing A Whole New World from Aladdin, you know, that's probably that's probably the song he was thinking about when he was getting pegged. But yo, so forgive my folly. Okay, and it says, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability. And straightway took his journey. Then he said, then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. And likewise he that had received 2, he also gained another 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. And that's pretty much what he's doing now. He's hiding, you know, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that the Lord has bestowed upon him. He's not bringing it out anymore, man. He's putting things like this on the internet now for people to see. Folly, right? He's doing various videos about folly now, right? Which shows you that the oil is gone, man. Okay? And he says, after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. And his Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Right? And I pray, and we all pray, you know, all his brothers that do the work, you know, we pray that we hear YAHAWASHI say this to us. Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. And enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. Right? And his Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things, I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord, of thy Lord. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee, that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. And his Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knowest that I reap whereas I sow not, and gather where I have not strawed. And thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received mine own with usury. And take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which hath 10 talents. For unto every one that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness, and there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Okay, and this is what's going to happen to a lot of, so-called prophets, when YAHAWASHI returns, claiming that, we were teaching the word, we were doing the work at one point in time. But of course, ultimately they stopped. They're going to claim that, they're going to be expecting, something from YAHAWASHI, and they're going to receive nothing but weeping and gnashing of teeth, okay? Because they're going to be part of those that are thrown into the fire, man, okay? And a lot of servants, a lot of prophets, the so-called prophets, don't take heed to this, man. They think just because they did former works that they're still a part of the body, and they're not, man. So let me get this, because I was mentioning how how happy this dude was. He's so let me get this, because I was mentioning how how happy this dude was. I wouldn't be happy if I was wasn't doing this work, man. I wouldn't be happy. I know without it I'm nothing. Without doing the work, I'm no one. Okay? And I couldn't see myself being this happy, being away from, doing the Lord's work. Let's get Ecclesiasticus 21. So like 21 and 20. And it says, a quick one. A fool lifted up his voice with laughter. That's what you're seeing him doing, with the blue tongue, trying to show he's super crip with the blue tongue, laughing, showing all his teeth and all that, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But you just see that the folly is embedded within him, man. Okay, a fool lifted up his voice with laughter, but a wise man doth scarce smile a little. Okay, and that's just how a true prophet would conduct himself, especially out in the world, man. I can't count how many times, women will tell me, yo, you need to smile more. You a handsome man, you need to smile more. Like, I'm not a smiler. That's not what I do. I'm not trying to act as if I'm something that I'm not. That's just who I am, and because of me being in this truth, having to be around people in the world, I'm pretty much, I'm more of that, where I'm not smiling and things of that nature. But yeah, not to say I don't laugh with certain people that's in the world, because I do. I'm not going to sit up here and act like, I'm just that, I'm super Hebrew or anything like that. But, I keep it to a minimum, you know what I'm saying? I keep it to a minimum, man. Because we dealing with, and surrounded with, wicked people, man. And that dude was laughing a whole lot. I don't know. It's just, he's happy to be in the world, man. That's just crazy to me. And he doesn't even think he's in the world, man. He probably thinks he's still, you know, part of the ministry and the Lord got him. But I don't see that. Let's get Matthew, what's that, Matthew 12. And we'll get 43 through 45 real quick. Right? Because this is pretty much what happens when the Lord, you know, pretty much sets you aside and casts you away. Okay? And, you know, if you continue to watch this dude and he continues on the path that he's going, you're going to see them demons inhabit him more and more. They'll be doing more and more folly, more and more things that we look at and say, what the fuck? You know, Matthew 12 and 43, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places seeking rest and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return into my house from whence I came out. Right? Because when we come into this truth, we got that, you know, we had that wicked spirit on us. You know, and then once, you know, the Lord, you know, gave us the Holy Spirit, you know, that spirit that wicked spirit we had on us was exiled out of our body, you know. But when you fall out of the truth, you know, this unclean spirit comes back with you with family members, if you will, you know, and they all living in the house together, which the house is your body, man. Then he saith, I will return into my house from whence I came out, and when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept and garnished. Then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits, more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. Okay, and that's also something that's very scary. You don't want to be a bug out, man. You know, you see a lot of men fall out the truth and become bug outs, you know, talking this and talking that. You know, Gentiles can be saved and, you know, they're King David or they're YAHAWASHI. You know, just bug out shit, man. Okay, we in a new covenant. a lot of things that these bug outs talk, man, that the Lord will definitely put a evil, you know, evil spirits on you, a lying spirit on you as well. And the Lord uses those men as stumbling blocks for those that he doesn't desire to keep hold of either. Okay? It's just how the Lord gets down. Let's get Matthew, the 7th chapter. Matthew 7. And I'll read, I'll just start at 15 here. All right? Oh. And it says here, plainly, beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. You shall know them by their fruits. You know? Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, okay? And this is what we hope to do. We hope to bring forth good fruit by doing these works. But a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. You know, he out there doing all this folly, you know, letting, you know, people that did follow him and look, you know, to him for instruction and, you know, and guidance and all of that, are now seeing what he's out here doing, and they probably thinking that it's okay, you know, to conduct yourself in that manner, you know, and that's an evil tree bringing forth evil fruit, man. And a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Okay, this is why, you know, for the longest he has not been bringing forth, you know, good fruit like that, man. You know, showing the downfall of man, how the Lord can lift a man up and bring him down slowly, just like he did, just like he did Sakari, man. He lifted that man up and brought him down. I believe the same thing are going to happen with a lot of so-called leaders in Israel that are, you know, teaching the wrong things, man. You know, First Peter 4:19, or 4:17. 1 Peter 4:17. And it says, every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. Okay, so if you were following this dude and you watching this video, I suggest, you know, that you stop watching him, man. You know, and I'm not saying, oh, come watch me. I don't give a damn if you watch me or not. You know, if you are of the elect, the Lord will guide you to the right teachers that you need to watch, which are, you know, the men of GMS. You know, but at the end of the day, man, you know, this is just not the way. You know, like I said earlier, it's okay to, you know, go out and, you know, have fun and things like that, but you don't post that on the internet, man. You know, as a man of the Lord, man, you know, or as a teacher or whatever, you're supposed to conduct yourself in a certain manner, and that ain't it. That's not it at all. So I just wanted to, you know, bring this out, man. It's a cautionary tale. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to say shalom to the next one.